just gave you a triple play, Goosebumps by Travis Scott. Before that, Meant to Be, and also Umlilo, Big Nas. 54 minutes after 8 o'clock. The name is still Onalina Barata Peteke on Twitter at Ona_Peteke. And of course, we are at BMH Radio Live, www.bmhradio.co.za. So I did say today I'm going to be having Cindy Kruger. Some of you guys may know her from Spirit, from Fox Life, of course. Healing with Angels. You know, that's what she does mostly. She's a psychic medium. And of course, we're getting to know her today and getting into the psychic medium world. Some of my colleagues are a bit spooked out. I don't know why. You know, calm down, hey? Healing with Angels. What's more, like, how can you be scared of that? Healing with Angels. All right. Anyway, hi Cindy, how you doing?
Fine, and you? Thank you for having me.
Thank you so much for agreeing to this interview. So first, tell the listeners who you are and what do you do.
I'm a psychic medium, so on the psychic side I'm able to predict your past, your present, your future. But the mediumship side is more connecting with your loved ones. We either call them your ancestors, spirits, loved ones that have passed over, bringing loving messages from the other side forward. And the healing through the whole reading is about creating clarity, closure, and direction.
Wow, that is so amazing. And could you describe like how you first realized that you had like psychic abilities?
That was around about 8 years old, where I saw a white vision in my bedroom.
Wow.
I found it quite strange, just in going, hey, can I play? Wanting to play with this thing, but I remember like going sort of back towards the wall going, where's the light, where's the light? But as soon as I switched the light on, I was looking under my bed, under my teddy bears, wanting to play with it. So I realized nothing scary about it, it was all safe, but definitely I could already see the unknown then. And then my family would wake up in the middle of the night saying, who are you talking to? It's 12 o'clock at night. And I'd be sitting up in my bed saying, I'm talking to God and the angels and everybody's on my bed.
Wow.
And that's just how it started. And as time went by, I'd say to my parents, don't go into that room, or watch out in the dining room of the new house we've moved into, there's ghosts there.
Yeah.
Or there's a ghost sitting in our lounge, a man sitting in our lounge.
Did you understand ghosts by that time, by that age?
Very much so, yeah.
Wow, that is so amazing.
So it would be more that, and then you doubt a lot because you've got no one reaffirming. My family chose to try and keep me as sane and normal as possible, not overreact this.
Yeah.
So it was always Cindy Strange. Just having one of her moments.
Yeah.
And then, yeah, I think it was just the struggle and the battle of being different but still trying to live a normal life.
Yeah.
And pushing through in that. And then in the 20s it became a lot more prominent, surrounding the time when my grand died, where I could see her straight away, and I kept telling everyone,
Wow.
well, she's not really gone, she's right here. To a car accident that nearly took my life, which became the exit point in my life of let go of the negativity and open up for the positivity. And that became the whole change.
Wow.
Yeah.
And also what I'd like to know is, how did the TV show come about? Were you approached or did you pitch it? Because I understand that you were in the corporate world first before you actually decided now to fully do this. Yeah.
Yeah, I did corporate for I think for most of my 20s, and in the 30s I just said goodbye to corporate and knew where my gift was going. So radio was a given almost from the very beginning, and so were all the readings, healings. I had a feeling TV was perking around the corner, but I didn't know. Yeah, they approached me. I'm so blessed by that. So they did send people to come and have readings with me, unbeknown to me, and then they did the approaching. It was the most amazing experience of my life doing the TV show. They're in negotiations now for further shows, so we'll wait and see. But it was more about not, oh yay, look, I'm on TV.
Yeah.
It was same as the concept with radio, healing the masses, healing the nation. It was, if this is the platform to get to a bigger level of the healing and the reach of clarity and closure, I was going to do this.
Yeah.
Because people don't realize that a lot of the times if you're sitting in a group audience watching me, or a group show watching me, people think, oh, but I didn't get a read.
Yes.
And it's not the case. What generally happens is listen to the messages, because you might say, I swear she was talking to me. That sounded like it was for me.
Exactly.
And that's exactly what it is. Healing is universal. Clarity and closure can become universal with your gifts.
Wow.
So for me, it wasn't a case of the one person. I love the one person, but I also like to reach the mass.
Yeah, that is so true. Also, I read that during the time you're doing corporate, like sometimes you would see that someone stole something, but you can't say whatever, you know. But my question comes to now, if you can see some of these things in people, can you see into your life, or does someone else have to see into your life? I'm very curious about that.
Perfect. And I think what keeps us always humble with our gifts is we're generally not able to see for ourselves.
And your immediate family also.
Immediate family you can see, but you struggle because they're so close.
Okay,
your emotions are getting in the way of things.
Oh, makes sense.
And when we're reading, it's got to be with the pure channel. You're not necessarily having that emotion involved. So for yourself, you've got your fears, your elements, your doubts, you're scared, you're nervous. So generally you won't read for yourself, or you can get good, strong gut feelings and notions. That is a given. You'll know. You'll have gut feelings, a notion about something that just won't go away. But to validate it, you may ask someone else to check for you.
Oh, makes sense now.
Or otherwise you'll just go on what you're thinking and it'll either present itself. So yeah, that type of thing, definitely. It is a very strong intuition. But obviously it's much stronger with your clients. Yeah, it's meant to work mainly for your clients.
Oh, makes sense.
It's the same as lotto. Everyone asks me about lotto.
People ask you, am I going to win the lotto?
Yeah. Everyone just can't see the numbers for lotto. And the funny thing is you're also not meant to. If we could see lotto, I think every medium would be a millionaire.
That is so true, actually, yeah.
If you look at the healers, the mediums, the prophecies, the prophetics, and everything else, you'll find that a lot of people don't do that because they can't see that. They're not meant to. We're not allowed to. Can you try and estimate maybe a number for someone else? Probably you could, but again, it's all in fate. It's all in destiny's world. Speaking
of also seeing other things, I wanted to ask you this question. Have you ever maybe when you're watching the news about a crime case or anything and known information that could break the case, are you allowed to tell authorities also, or you're not allowed to?
No, you can definitely.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, you can definitely. I generally work with when there's cases like this. We generally have them booking with me privately. We work on the case privately.
Oh, okay.
I don't like to be that center of attention.
Yeah.
If that makes sense. I don't want that pressure or being in that space.
Yeah.
So I like becoming the background.
Because I was saying, if that's the case, then why do we have lawyers? We might as well get rid of lawyers and have people that can solve it right then.
I think it's more a case of if it's at your fingertips to be able to solve, if it's meant to be in your vibration to be there to help, you will be helped. If that person or vibration, soul, spirit doesn't come to you, it's not going to come to you to see it. I think that you could use us maybe as an aid of assistance. But I still think that your lawyers, your police, your detectives, everyone's got their spaces.
All right, interesting. Some more with Cindy Kruger, of course. 9 minutes after 9 o'clock, man. It's a bit, I'm happy. I'm in a good space. I don't know if my colleagues are okay. Are you guys okay? We hang out, of course, with Psychic Medium Cindy Kruger, and wow, I wish some of you guys could see what she has been doing off air. I don't know why my videographer didn't even take that one, but come on, you're sleeping. You're sleeping. They won't believe me now, You're sleeping. But anyway, before we played the music, I asked you, some psychics actually give predictions, and some don't, obviously. And how do you feel about predictions, and why do you or you don't do them for people?
We do predictions from here and there. I'm definitely not fortune teller, so hence I don't want to do too many. But I mean, if I get the opportunity or if I feel a vibration to predict on something, I will. Once or twice I've done sort of the maths on what I see politically or what you see going forward in general.
Yeah.
And other times it's just basic, smaller things, or predicting something in someone's workspace, or predicting the flow of what's going to happen. I don't think I consciously sit there to try and predict, if that makes sense.
Yeah,
I think it just kind of comes more naturally. But if it does, it does. I'm not opposed to it. There's no judgment to it.
Yeah. All right, then. Also, I'd like to know, I don't know how to pose this question. You know how when people, as humans, when we want something, we pray to God, and you have to wait a little bit longer because you have to, it's a faith thing. So when it comes to mediums, if I ask something from you or to read me or whatever the case is, does it just happen naturally for you? It can happen anywhere for you, being able to read anyone. You don't need to prepare yourself, or not getting character, it's not character because it's a natural gift, but is there do you need something to prepare yourself, or it just happens anyway, anytime?
It's different. I think that it can just be spur of the moment, and naturally, like what happened with the radio show today, it has just been spur of the moment. No prep, no idea. Other times, messages do come through to me well in advance about stuff. If it's a show or example spirit with the Fox Life, that I did do. Obviously, I don't know my clients before, and that I was reading the guests, but a lot of the stuff I opened myself up to getting a lot of messages beforehand. Hence, I keep my little book with me because I write a lot down. Where I have to sort of write messages for myself. If I'm going on general radio shows where we've got a lot of callers calling in, I'll prep beforehand. Because of the pressure that you're under, I rather like to know that I've pre-prepped myself, I've got a few information. You definitely have loved ones coming to visit you beforehand. You definitely sometimes do, other times you don't. Walking through a shopping centre, I think I've got the off-but switch perfected. But I don't have the off-but switch perfected when it comes to the restaurants. When it comes to restaurants, the family are like, Cindy, and it's like, and I'm like, so yeah, when it happens like that, I've got to switch off, turn around. So we've learned. Cindy doesn't sit facing the restaurant. We sit with my back facing the restaurant.
That makes sense now.
But yeah, so look, if I'm needing to give the message, it's going to come. Sometimes I can't stop it. Other times you've got this idea of what you can pick up for the person. But if spirit doesn't push you to say, go, tell them, then you don't. I don't know why. You just need to understand it in that person, but you maybe don't need to discuss it. Other times they'll insist, no matter who that person is, even if you know them, don't know them, go up and tell them. And you have to go up and tell them.
Wow. Has there been a moment where you're unable to connect? Like, let's say maybe in the situation human. Like now, and someone was like, I really want you to connect with someone, Cindy, you know, and you really can't.
Sometimes that does happen. I could say, I think I'm perfecting my nerves. I'm human, where you do have a lot of nerves. So I think I'm trying to get that right. Nerves can throw you slightly off. But I think what's more important besides that is sometimes the person not being truthful to you. So sometimes when that person isn't as truthful about the information, or hiding information, or you can see they're lying about information, suddenly spirit can just go, yep, I'm not dealing with this. And not want to connect. Other times you'll find in shows, some people will say, why didn't I get a message? You know, what happened? And you'll realize straight away the information is too intense for group. They want them more private with me. So I believe in life, everything happens for a reason. And I always believe that the people I'm meant to read, or the people that I'm meant to come into contact with, are being sent to me by my angels, by God, to come through to me, or universal beings. But for those who I don't get contacted, doesn't mean I don't love you. It's maybe not your time, or it's maybe not your space. It's who's been sent to me for a reason. Because I believe everything's there for a reason, a season, and a lifetime.
Wow, you definitely made my day. Like, I'm happy, because literally even before I slept last night, I said, you need to come through. Like, you need to come through. Yeah, you need to come through. You need to come through. And I even, like, I'm wearing my grandfather's jacket. So that's why I was so happy that you said he's yeah. I was like, oh my God, I'm gonna do it. I'm very happy. Like, we can even end the show right now. Goodbye. But anyway, also I'd like to know, like, what are your personal spiritual views regarding, like, your ability? Like, do you still think there's a higher power? You know,
I like to not offend anyone. We've got so many cultures, religious beliefs.
True.
So for me, I don't want to offend anyone. I'm going according to my personal spaces. My whole life I've based my personality, my space, my person, my being, all around faith and unbelievable trust. And I trust very strongly in God. Others would call it your universe, your divine. So I'm trying to be open-minded to more religious purposes. I think that everything for my work comes with a level of respect to cultures, beliefs, people, and races, because I've never done my work according to one specific person. I believe I'm here to help everyone. That's why I always say healing a nation. And the key with me is understanding people's religions, cultures, traditions, because that's what we're lacking in this country and many other countries in the world. is that we've got our perception of what we believe is what is.
True.
And everybody should be respected as human beings. Of religion has its purpose, it has a perception, and it's up to you to perceive it in whichever way you choose works for you.
True.
If you felt that you didn't want to go to church every weekend but you wanted to stay home and pray on your own, that is respectable. You're creating your relationship with God. If you don't believe in God, I can't mock you for that. I need to love you still, and I still want to help guide and respect you. If you had to believe in offerings and maybe I don't believe in offerings, I have to understand that that's your culture, and if that's going to help you feel closer to your loved ones, I need to respect that. So I think one of our greatest gifts in life is actually understanding and learning people's cultures. And it doesn't mean you have to follow them, but have the respect for the human being that does follow something.
Wow, that is so amazing. Another question that comes to mind is, since you can speak to people that have crossed over, people want to know if you believe that there is life after death.
Definitely.
There's your answer. Wow.
I'll push it a bit further.
Yeah.
Again, for everyone listening, this is my belief system.
Yeah.
That I'm going to open up with everyone, is that I definitely believe in past life regressions. I believe we've had many lives before this. Our lessons on this earth is not about why is the ancestor blocking us. Okay, why are we being punished? It's not about that. It's about what you haven't fixed in your previous lives. You're going to come back into life again and again and again to repeat things in different mannerisms, different ways, different situations, but the same lessons until you get it. You are here to learn. You are here to grow. If your lives were perfect and everything just fell in your life like a platter, how would it be? It would be so boring. You would have nothing in your space, and it would be so entirely boring. Whereas if you have lessons, it's not there to break you. It's there to grow you. It's there to humbly make you a better person. It's there to say, next time I do this business venture, I've learned. Don't do it this way. Let me grow that way. It takes away fear, because once you've failed, you won't be afraid to fail again. But when you're succeeding, what is your greatest issue? Fear that I might fail.
Wow, that is so amazing. At BMH Radio, we're live www.bmhradio.co.za. You know, I didn't know we'll get messages coming through, but there's a message from Masinga Dikotla for Cindy. He says, "Dear Cindy, can you please connect me with my wife, Khomotso Dikotla, who passed on last month, October 8th. I'm listening on BMH Radio." Okay.
Sabona Masingo, just blessings to you and understanding your loss that's happened. From what we can pick up, I do see that your wife is at peace. What I first pick up with her is that the illness came as a shock to you, sudden, unexpected to you, where you felt you didn't have clarity and closure. Yet there was illness-related issues surrounding her passing. I don't pick up any foul play, nor do I pick up any umuti around her passing. I do pick up the death being of natural causes, health-related issues, potentially bringing up either to you or to her some connection to blood, sugar-related issues as well is coming forward for me. So I don't know if that's your side or her side, but a connection that's coming forward is that she's saying it was her timing to pass. I know you felt like you never got the opportunity to say goodbye to her properly, but she says this was her timing. This was her time to pass. There is a connection of worrying about families, not necessarily conflicts, but families surrounding her on the burial issues of where she was placed to be buried. And she says to tell you she's at peace with where she was buried. She knows that a tombstone will be erected in her honor in time to come, so she's not afraid or upset about this. But she says that she knows for you it's the evenings that are the hardest, and so she's saying she sits in your bed with you every night, letting you know that she's by your side. You either wake up with your heart beating too quickly, or you're battling to sleep and then you wake up shaking or with a bit of a sweat that comes forward. And a blessing from her saying that she knows the marriage wasn't always easy. She knows the marriage had its ups and downs, but the one thing that always got through the two of you through together was always the love that the two of you shared.
Wow. Masinga, I really hope you found the healing with that. Thank you so much, Cindy.
Pleasure.
Whew. Are we okay? Okay, then. I want to know, Cindy, like, what motivates you to keep doing this?
I think it's the level of helping people, making a difference for people. I'm human. Am I always going to get things right? Maybe not. Am I going to sometimes make mistakes on what we pick up of someone holding back from me, or me holding something back, or in the interception of the message coming through, you can maybe identify it slightly off. Sometimes those failures can hit you down and you think, oh, I got it wrong, or what happened? But I just keep picking back up going, I was meant to then. Everything is in your life because it's meant to be. So either the person's not meant to get it or they are meant to get it. For me, this gift has helped to grow me, and I know that I've grown with this gift. But as long as every day we can try and find that clarity and closure in helping others. Seeing you guys smile, seeing that tear. I don't know how many times I've got to always hide my tears or try and like my tears away constantly, but it's making the difference for people. Michelle and I see it on a regular basis when we sometimes get our information through from our clients, where they'll send through an update from the reading of how we've changed their lives and what we've done, and you can feel that little tear wanting to come and just think, we did it, we made a difference. I think my biggest message to everyone is, instead of always placing judgments on saying, oh, you're a demon's child because of your care, and this and that, the next thing, we get it, and let's be honest, it's reality, it's what you get told by people. I've been faced this my whole life. I kind of get this feeling that I just need to say to everybody that, why do we always have to be judgments? Why do we always have to judge? Why can't we just let people be naturally who they want to be? Instead of judging that person because of what they're wearing or what they're saying, you don't know how they woke up that morning and how they had to try and get up, and how many taxis hypothetically they had to try and catch to get to work, leaving their child behind, or how this woman had to leave her abusive husband to walk out the house, and maybe she doesn't have the best clothes on. Why do we have to judge all of this? Let's leave our egos underneath the ground, please. Because when we have an ego, we're edging God out. And let's go forward being who we want to be. And it's the same with the gift. I'm not here to change people's minds. What I am here to do is change your perception, to let you know, yes, there's healing and clarity in this. And that's what it's only about. I'm not here to change a whole religious mindset. I'm just here to change your opinion on spirit.
Wow, that is so amazing. Also, well, there's not much info here from this other person that says also they need to be connected. She says, can Cindy connect me with my child? Wait, let me go here first. Cancel notification. There's no calls, we can't take calls, but however, Samken Gubani says, I would like for Cindy to connect me to my child and grandmother and how my life will look like.
Okay, perfect. First connection is stop feeling guilty for the choices made around the child, and a connection to pregnancies. Because you're feeling like you're being punished about pregnancy issues that was connected to a child. And there is no punishment. I do pick up the loss, young. I do pick up not fully formed. So either lungs not fully formed, levels accidental on this. But I do pick up not this person's fault, but I do pick up either previous miscarriage or previous abortion, and feeling like, am I cursed? Is there this reason that this has happened, which I want to clarify and say no. Ugogo was like mama to you, helping to raise you, helping to care for you. And one thing I want you to know is you keep feeling like, is my gran disappointed me? Your gran's not disappointed. She says you've been lost along your way, and it's timing that she wants to bring you back to your way. Ugogo loved gospel and loved going to church, and so what she's asking this lady to please do is come back to church again, find her space again, find her prayer within her gogo, because it'll bring loving messages. The child and the grand seem to send her physical signs and letting her know she's there. I don't know if she's randomly picking up coins, like money, 1 rand here, 10 cents there, or finding money laying around all the time. It's signs of Ugogo and Unana coming forward to you, dropping off blessings in abundance, of saying, as you find 1 coin, you will always be blessed financially, because that's one of your concerns, is on a financial level. It looks like something either incomplete in studies, or something either not being able to finish off studies, And a connection that's coming forward is stop letting the studies hold you back. It's okay to begin the work and study through the company if need be, and changing of work direction will come up. Your positivity does kick in for the 219. So I'm going to say to you, open the door and let the 219 flow.
Wow. Samke, I hope you, wow. I hope you heard that. And I hope it brings you healing. I'd like to know from you, because I'm listening to you when you're connecting to other people, like trying to bring out people's messages, and you put in like a bit of other languages there, which brings me to the cultural thing. Also, have you gotten that a lot about you connecting to maybe another race? Like, do people sometimes ask you, like, how, when you're white, how do you connect maybe to a black ancestor? You know, I swear probably people have asked you that, you know. I don't know if they have.
I promise I haven't had a lot of resistance. I've been a lot more welcoming. Like, she can speak. Sometimes I don't have control over languages. So even though I'm bringing in quite a bit of cultural language, I'm not the best at pronunciations. I am trying. And I do get the words sometimes a little bit off. But the connections, sometimes it can come out in other languages, as in Portuguese, Spanish, French. So sometimes it does come in different cultures, helping me better, helping them better to connect. And other times, no, I did try and learn as much as I can. As well, so it helps me better to explain something or bring it out, the vibration more. So there's an intensity with me of cross-culturing, the reads, just in a sense of the empowerment I also get. I feel like I feel closer to the ancestor or closer to the spirit, connecting the messages through when I can try and bring through a word. I may not understand everything properly, but I'm trying to bring through an understanding through it. Like the power of names, and sometimes what people's names are meant to be, why they've been named certain names, their surnames, and if you've taken on dad's surname or mom's, and should I or shouldn't I? It's important. It's important to understand, because that does spoil people's lives. It's not that you're cursed or anything, but it's okay that if you felt you need to take on your mom's surname, it's okay, you know. But sometimes that's what people need. They need that understanding. Now, I can't always pronounce surnames, but I do definitely try.
Samke wants to say, Samke sent a message. This is what she says. You're making me cry. It's Samke. Please post the YouTube video interview. Wow, last weekend when I was cleaning my house, I picked up money, and you mentioned that. Yesterday I was going courses to study, something about Google, or something, Google courses to study. Wow, thank you. So she's really grateful for that. So that's your message went through. And then Nonzwagazi, I don't know if you were willing to do a last one. Nonzwagazi says, hey Una, listening to the show, I would love to please connect me with my grandmother who passed on 4 years ago. Her name is Nomzwagazi Ramaube. I dreamt of her last week Tuesday, and she was crying hysterically, so I have been worried ever since.
All right. So Ugogo's coming forward for you. Also, exactly the same, similar to the previous reading, with like a motherly energy, mother figure around you, so helping to raise you. Either she was more rural, or you would go more rural to visit her. So it was either on your holidays, or you did spend quite a bit of your youth with her. A connection that's coming forward from her was she was always the power of the family, the strength of the family, and she held the whole family together. You miss her because since her passing there seems to be slight disconnections that have come forward a little bit. But Gogo's saying this will be sorted out, this will be at peace. Her tears in crying in the dream with you is not Ugogo sad that she passed. The tears is representing high levels of emotions that you haven't gotten over. I'm going to burp. That's in culture, just to acknowledge from ancestors. And that is coming forward because she says you're gifted on a prophecy level. And so she's saying that you're afraid to take up Inyanga and to Twasa. But again, this is not a level that you're needing to Twasa here. She's saying to me that this is just a level to connect with her spirit, to connect with her soul, and a level of you being able to understand the dreams with her guiding and protecting you. You're well protected from her. The dreams, the crying is not that she's upset. Water, tears in dreams, drowning in dreams is always levels of clear, So you've got a little bit of jealousy around you, cleanse and clear that, like a salt bath. But in the next level, the tears are representing cleansing and clearing. We are uplifting your soul. And we're saying lift your emotions. Stop feeling guilty that you couldn't do enough for your gogo. It was your gogo's time.
Wow. By the way, Nzwaki is my colleague actually, and I could believe that she would have such a gift, because every time I'm around her, I'd always be like, you've got such a great energy, you know. It's like you're meant to heal people. Even when she speaks, I'm just like, even just say hello, I'm good. Like, I'm happy to see her face, you know. So I would actually believe that. Wow. Whew. Okay. And then, okay, the questions I'm going to ask, because we're closer to wrapping up, is where can one book for consultation if they want to get in touch with you, Cindy?
Sure. You can either go onto our website, www.Cindy Kruger Psychic Medium, or you can go onto our Instagram page, which is Cindy Kruger Psychic Medium, or Healing with Angels, or you can go onto my Facebook, Cindy Kruger Psychic Medium, or you can contact on two of the cell phone numbers, one being Michelle, my darling assistant, or myself. The numbers are 072 149 8707, or you can contact 076 991 5383. Please, guys, we are hectically busy. We are fully booked for this year. We are almost fully booked within next year, but we are opening up more and more bookings for next year. We had to sporadically book everyone in to give people spaces.
Yeah.
So please be patient with Michelle and ask her on an SMS or a WhatsApp. It helps her better than a call.
Yeah. And she replies, guys. She replies. Also, another question I'd like to hear, because you know, I know you're having Healing with Angels breakfast on the 10th of November.
Just let people coming.
On the 10th of November, I won't be here. I don't know if I was telling Michelle, I said I won't be available. My boss is sending some of us somewhere for work, so I won't be here. Otherwise, I would have loved to go. So she's having a Healing with Angels breakfast on the 10th of November. Please let people know about that. Where? How much? I know it's 400 Rand per person.
Yeah, it's at the Apollo Hotel, so it's 400 Rand per person. That includes your breakfast, teas, coffees. Our guest speakers, Claudio and Zizo, will be with us. One being TV personality, Zizo, and Claudio, a business coach, helping you to direct your finances in the correct ways, so that you can grow your outside businesses, etc. So it's like a wealth business coach. And I'll be doing live crossing overs. There's a lot of goodie bags. There's a lot of freebies and gifts to give away. We host it 4 times a year, twice in Durban, twice in Joburg. It is so popular. Everybody loves being a part of the event. Yeah. And it's a great evening.
Oh wow. And then before I let you go, do you have any advice for people who have the gift of this gift and but don't understand what is happening around that with it?
I don't feel that your gifts are there to haunt you if you don't understand them. I don't think your gifts are there to obstruct your lives if you don't understand what you're doing with your gift, or if you choose not to take up your callings. I think every single one of us were born with free will to make decisions, and I think every single one of us were born with gut intuitions. So we're all gifted, some of us stronger than others. Yeah. Take your time to trust who you want to help you with your gift, should you not understand it. Take the time to find the right mentor. And if your gut feeling doesn't feel right, walk away and find a new mentor. True. Because that person can be soul destroying to your space. We are in each other's lives for a reason, but we're also in each other's lives to make a difference. Make that difference by also getting the gut feeling. If it feels good going for that reading, go for that reading. If it doesn't, don't go. You are not forced into anything, and you're also not forced into your gift. Your gift will nag you. Yes, I agree. It nagged me through my 20s. But I understood. I took the time to understand and not be afraid of it, and that's when it evolved. Guys, these gifts are about helping, guiding, and blessing people, not destroying them.
Is there a possibility where you would think you have a certain gift, but then you don't have dreams a lot of times about it, and then it comes back after maybe a year or two, and then you think maybe this is it? I'm going to speak about myself rather. I remember I used to say, out of all the gifts my grandfather used to have, I was like, I want one of them. And then this one time I had a huge fight with a friend of mine, and all I said to him is, please drop me off at home. It was in the afternoon, and I slept that afternoon, and I dreamt of snakes. So as I'm dreaming of these snakes, my mom keeps coming into the room, taking away these snakes, like taking them away, like they won't do anything to you. I'm here. And then the other time, the snake comes in, and the moment I touched it, the face came up. I could see the person that dropped me off at home was that snake. And at that moment, I literally woke up, I took my Bible, I started reading it, and all I said is, I don't need to be friends with this person anymore. And that is also, at the moment I thought to me, maybe I'm a dream interpreter. I don't know, cause I don't know, I don't know. Maybe it's just for that moment, for me, just to see just that moment that you should get away from this friendship. I don't know. Maybe I thought that I was a dream interpreter. I don't know. It was just a dream, just a normal dream.
I think that all of us are gifted with dreams. We've got our loved ones that often come through to us in our dreams to help us actually connect with them, because it's the softest way.
Yeah.
If you had someone coming into your space, I think you'd have a bit of a heart failure if you saw spirit itself. So they do often come and represent themselves in our dreams. Snakes, on one hand, can represent differently. As the snake skin sheds, it's the negative energy that's releasing from you.
Mm-hmm.
The new snake is the rebirthing, the newborn snake. So sometimes it's not about negativity. Sometimes it's just the snake and the shedding of skin. It's meaning that you're letting go of something negative in order to begin something more positive.
Yeah.
So it's not really bad as such, dreaming of snakes. It's actually quite good, because it means that you're letting go of negative energies.
Yeah.
The other connection is, I think that our dreams can be interpreted in many different ways. We've got the ability to have dreams coming through to us. We've got the ability to have gut intuition coming through for us. We have the ability to have sensations, vibrations coming through to us. When you're gifted, you have 5 senses that are all raising at the same time.
True.
You have the ability to hear things. You have the ability to see things. You have the ability to dream. What I'm loving about all the different cultures is how weirdly different the gifts are, but yet how the same they actually are.
Exactly.
It's just interpreted so amazingly different. And you'll be surprised with different cultures how it's very prominent for certain to have certain ways and others to have certain. And I love it. And I think that it makes it more exciting to see how many of us are all gifted out there, but how we're utilizing it. I think you've got to go with what makes it comfortable for you. So if dreams are good for you, go with your dreams. If dreams aren't good and meditation is good for you, go with meditation. If yoga is going to get you into your space to connect, go for it. I love a hot bath. Because oh boy, spirit comes through.
And lastly, this is a question from one of my colleagues. I don't know why my colleagues are not coming in this room if they're going to ask you a question. So this is from Lebo, because I know Lebo's here. She's probably sitting in there listening.
Lebo wondering about love?
No, she's asking about her... I'm probably wondering about love. I know I am. But she says, my grandfather passed away about 2 years ago, and I see him in my dreams here and there. I'm shocked that he's gone. I haven't found closure. Lebo.
I think for your grandfather, the connection that I can give you was she either likes rules or she likes sort of closure, clarity. She's like investigative. She
is very investigative, yeah?
Yeah, she's like a Sherlock Holmes. She likes to investigate everything.
Yeah.
So her connection to her granddad was like not getting the clarity, closure she needed. So that's why she feels she can't let go. And she put it on herself like being almost like an elder, even though she may not be the elder of the family. She takes it on like she's the elder. She takes on that responsibility.
Actually, the baby of the family. Yeah.
And yet she takes on the responsibility, going, everyone did so much for me. I've got to become everything for everyone. And the granddad's going, calm down. You're just getting there. Calm down. We are proud. Your granddad definitely receives from you. He says that he was battling to hear in the end, so obviously in the end he either couldn't speak, connect, or he couldn't hear stuff. So there is that vibration of him saying he can hear clearly now. So there's that song, I can see clearly now.
I don't know the lyrics, but I know the song.
And that's a message for you, Lebo, from your granddad, saying, I can see clearly now. And he's asking you to begin your journey seeing clearly now. Download those lyrics, girlie. That's your granddad talking to you.
Oh, Cindy, thank you so much. I always said, if I meet Cindy, I'll never ask for anything ever again, but I'm probably lying. I'll still ask for stuff. Thank you so much. You definitely made my day. I think all of us in studio are very positive outlook in life. So, come on. Sabelo, are we good? She is Cindy Kruger, Psychic Medium, TV host of Spirit on Fox Live. Proudly South African. Cindy at angelshealing.energy and healing _ angels on Instagram if you want to get a hold of it. And I will post also the breakfast, the Healing with Angels breakfast
breakfast function?
Event function. Thank you. That's the word I'm looking for. I'll post all the details how you guys can get your tickets and yeah. But she did say, remember, she did say in a group reading, it doesn't mean that she'll connect with everyone. So please, unless you want a private reading, then probably yeah. But anyway, thank you so much. I'm very happy. I go by the name of Onalina Barata Peteke on Twitter at Ona_Peteke. And I will be back on Monday, 10 a.m. till 12 p.m. This was me. Adios, muchachos.
Thank